So, you've collected all of these BoBoiBoy Galaxy cards, and you don't know how to play the game? Well, let me, Izzy6, show you how to play these BoBoiBoy Galaxy cards. Before we start, I'd like to point out that you're going to need at least 40 cards. So if you're fighting against a friend who has already have his own deck, then you could at least get 20, because the very first rule is to have at least 20 cards. Also, even your playing field, from one side to the other, you're only going to occupy 3 spaces: the middle, the left, and the right. Why? Well, I'll show you. First of all, separate this into 20 cards. And we have this. But if you want, you could make up your own, battlefield. For this instance, I'm going to be using this poster from the BoBoiBoy comic magazines as, to make it easier. Just put it here. This is your deck, and this is your opponent deck. Now, each player takes 3 cards. What an interesting, deck of cards. Your opponent also takes 3. And, well, here's the thing that was not mentioned within the official rules. They didn't say like who goes first or what, but I suggest both of you pick a card, put it down. Pick a card and just put it down in the middle field. The official rules does say put it in the middle field. So I'm just gonna take a random card here. Just pretend there is an opponent there. And this is your card. For this very example, let's use the BoBoiBoy Earth card. And who is BoBoiBoy Earth fighting against in this card game? Adulu, of course. This is a classic matchup, everyone. And on to the battling part of this card game. Now, how does the battle system work? Well, if you've actually played, one of the old Chucky AR card games, then you know that they use a rock paper scissors sort of rule, where each rock, paper, or scissors has their own attack stats apparently, but this one, it actually does not do that. Just, rock, paper, scissors with your opponent, and then you just deal the damage. But before we deal damage, let's take a look at these effects down there. BoBoiBoy Earth's stats read HP plus 50 if opponent's attack is over 100. Over 100. Now let's take a look at Adudu's card. There is no effect, and his attack stats, which is represented by the swords, is 100 exactly. So the effect does not happen. He's still 100. They're basically the same stats anyway. The heart there represents your health. Now, if you just happen to want play by yourself or have a randomized opponent deck like just now, where I'm just randomly pick a card and go fight against it, maybe do something else like coin tosses or dice rolls. I mean, it's not in the official rules, but if you don't have any friends and you still want to play with these cards, that at least you can do something about it. So, maybe make up your own rules or whatever. That's for this very for instance, let's just say, even numbers for our side and odd numbers for your opponent's side. Let's see what you got. Even numbers. So which means BoBoiBoy Earth deals damage to Adudu. How to deal damage? Attack stat minus your opponent's HP, which means Adudu still has 50 health left. So repeat the process until it's all over. And well, let's try this again. Let's see what you got. Ah, not this. It's an odd number. So both of them are now down to 50. Let's see where this goes. 6, which means this card wins. And if your card wins, you move it to the right. This one moves to the left side. Well, from this perspective, this is opposite. What do you do next? Well, go for round 2. Pick another card. Now what's interesting for this card game in particular is that some of the effects for for some of the cards are actually based on what card is played before it, or whatever a card is you have played before, or what opponent you're facing against. For instance, this Lieutenant Lahab card has its effects activated if it's fighting against Yaya. Context, people, it's context. And how do we determine the winner of this very card game? Well, in order to win your card game, you need to make sure that you fill up the winning side with 5 cards first. 5 cards! Yay! But that's not all there is to this very card game. Remember this poster? Well, you can fill up these posters by putting corresponding cards to the parts of the poster. Now, where do you get these posters, you ask? Well, by purchasing the BoBoiBoy comic magazines, of course. They're in the middle pages, and just carefully take them out the middle pages, and you can fill them in. And there we go. We fill out both posters with these cards, and they actually look glorious. It's a good thing too, because if you're not collecting for the card games, at least you're collecting them for something else. Like me, I collect BoBoiBoy comic magazines for various reasons, and now that I have more reasons as to collect them, including these cards, even though I've already bought the entire set online. That if you want to purchase these cards, don't forget to purchase them online legally at store.monsta.com or wherever they are when they go out on sale in physical form.